Hi there.
And welcome
to the Pretty Dumb Podcast. Are we ready?
Ready.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to the Pretty Dumb Podcast. Can you tell we haven't done this in a while?
It's been winter break, so.
Yes, this might be a little rusty. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us.
Happy New Year.
We're here.
God bless everyone.
We're queer.
And we have vaginas.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been tired. I've been traveling. I've been all over the place. I like basically if you were to ask me like what parts of the country have you seen, I could with full confidence be like, I saw Wisconsin, I saw San Francisco.
Cute.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've heard of one of those. Mm-hmm. I've been good. I've seen a lot of different parts of Seattle. It's pretty, I don't want to brag, but I've been a lot of places.
That's like
inside the 206.
So hometown of you, and I love that for you. Like that's like, whoa, we're like at home, you know? And it's good. It's good. I was in San Francisco when they were doing that like whole like flood thing that they were doing.
Ooh, yeah. Exciting weather.
It was like it was just like rain the entire time.
You went like right when it stopped raining here.
I know. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, am I storm goddess of the elements? Like
you might be.
Halle Berry, look out. Yeah, what'd you do for New Year's? That's what I did. I was celebrating New Year's Eve there.
I hosted for Katie Hannigan at Laughs.
Oh my God, I love Katie.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend.
Shout out Katie Hannigan.
She knew you. She thinks you're funny. She said that she saw that we have a podcast and was like, oh my God.
I love that.
I'm sure she doesn't listen, but
probably not, but that's okay.
Thank you so much. We love you.
If you do, sorry, we assume your listening habits.
We're a little better.
Yeah.
Just kidding, listeners. You guys know what's up.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. I hope that everyone's having a good time.
Yeah. How was your New Year's?
It was really good. I saw a concert and I saw Drama and I got to meet them. And it was really fun.
Oh, Drama the person?
No, it's like two people.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was a magical night. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It was just so much fun.
Did you get a midnight kiss?
I did.
Cute.
Yeah. That was like my first midnight kiss in like years.
Aww.
Like literal years. Like measuring time, it would be like at least like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
At least 2 dog years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Me and Katie pretended to kiss.
Oh, that's gay.
Because it happened on stage. And we're like, well, we ain't got nobody.
Oh, was her boyfriend not there?
Nope.
Weak. Well, that's okay. That's just
cool.
part of being a stand-up, you know?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a crazy weekend.
How was your first week of January?
It's been, I don't know, ups and downs. But so far, not too bad. I just had therapy today, so I feel more even.
I want to get into therapy so bad this year. Like, that's like fully one of the things that I'm probably maybe going to work on.
Probably maybe going to think about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that you don't have health care.
Well, yeah. Don't worry. We'll get to that later. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
But yeah, this week has been pretty good. I did a couple shows at Laughs again this past weekend, and they didn't go as well as I had hoped. Nick hosted all weekend and he crushed it. I haven't seen him do a long set in a while, and I was like, okay.
How long was the set?
10 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, he demolished all weekend, and I was like expecting to have really good sets because I finally wasn't hosting and was like, oh, I get the cushy middle spot, and it wasn't so cushy.
Sometimes that like middle spot mentality is what brings us down. Yep. I'm not sure if that's like 100% true as to what happened, but like going into it feeling like really confident is always when I have like the worst sets of my life.
Same. But yeah, it just showed me that I got some work to do.
And that's okay. Working it's a full-time job.
Yep, it's what we're here for. Can't just come easily. You gotta work at it.
I killed it this weekend.
Fuck yeah.
I featured in Appleton, Wisconsin. That's why I was there. I wasn't just there because I was like, oh my God, cheese curds.
No shit.
Yeah, I was there because
Did you bring any back?
Those do not travel well. I'm like pretty sure of it. Like everything there was like deep fried and covered in grease, which is fine because like I'm just like, oh my God, blah, 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 you know, like, but it's so hard because I've gained so much weight this year, and I was like fully ready to start dieting like on January 1st, and then like they were like, oh, you're going to Wisconsin. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to diet after I go to Wisconsin.
It's got to be so hard to maintain a diet when you're on the road, unless you're like very meticulous about going to the grocery store and just getting the things you need. But I don't do that.
I don't do that either. And it's not fun, like trying to do all of that.
Especially if you're in a hotel the whole time, you can't prepare stuff. You just have to get things that are already made.
Yeah. And if your hotel doesn't have like a microwave, like you're just so fucked.
Yeah. Or even a fridge.
Oh, you're so fucked. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was good though. It was good. And I'm really happy I got to work that show. I made some new friends. It was nice.
Which club did you do?
I did Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Nice.
So,
check them out if you're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it. It made me feel very inspired that like, even though I don't have a 9-to-5 job, I can still do performing and make money.
Hell yeah.
I can survive.
Yeah, you can.
Not well, but I can survive.
None of us are doing well, okay?
Yeah.
We're all just surviving.
We're just trying to get by. It's hard. It's cold out.
I know. Anything chapping your ass this week?
Oh. You know what's really chapping my ass? United Airlines.
Oh, snap.
I hate United Airlines with all of my heart.
This episode is not sponsored by United Airlines.
Yeah. United Airlines, so I like, I'm so fucking annoyed by this still thinking about this. I booked my ticket with them to go to Appleton, and it was like $400, which like it should not be that much, period, to go anywhere.
Especially to Wisconsin?
To Wisconsin, right. So like I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
Maybe it's that much because they know that no one wants to go there. So like they're like, oh, we have to go there for this one person. He has to pay for all the fuel.
So like, so I had to lay over in Chicago. I had a 6-hour layover, and I had to get on a different flight to get from Chicago to Appleton. And this was $400 to do all of this. And I had the same, and it was the same thing going back. But they would not let me bring a carry-on bag. I had to pay for it. And then I had to change my flight because something happened with my boyfriend's family in Wisconsin. So I had to go there and be with him for that. And they were like, yeah, so we can change your flight, but that'll be $500 or $600 to change your flight. And I was like, what? And they were like, well, you pick like our like dirt cheap seats. I was like, that was the dirt cheap. And they were like, you pick the dirt cheap ones and there's no changes that can be made to that. So we have to upgrade you to cancel your flight and change it.
So you picked the poor person one, and then they're like, sorry, you're poor, but you have to pay more now.
Yeah. So I spent an hour on the phone with them on like Friday in my hotel room, just like arguing with them. And like God bless the person that got me as a customer on the customer service call. But I was just like, listen, like you guys just need to help me here. Like I'm literally suffering right now. Like I need you guys to help me as best as you can. Anyways, long story short, I got like a $400 flight credit. So like I basically got the flight for free.
Hell yeah.
Which is nice. But like I still spent like literally probably grand total like an hour and 40 minutes on the phone with them.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. So,
you'll never get that time back.
No, but I do have a $400 flight credit from United. So their planes suck, by the way. What's chopping your ass?
I don't know. I mean,
you're just in a good mood?
Kind of. I feel like I laid all of my grievances onto my therapist earlier.
Well, we don't need to bring that up again.
I think just my lack of motivation is chapping my ass. I knew you were coming today, so I finally cleaned. It's been a disaster in here since I moved back in after dog sitting, and I just really needed the presence of someone else. in my apartment to motivate me.
I feel that though, because my place is a complete disaster too, and it's mostly just because I've been staying with my boyfriend for the last couple of like times that we've been home.
Yeah. And I did the thing where I forgot to do my dishes before I started dog sitting like a month ago, so I had like 4 different types of mold growing in my sink and was like,
oh my god, seriously?
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this is a pink one, this is a fuzzy black one. Okay.
I hope you like bleached it.
Sure I did.
Oh my god. You have to spray that with bleach, Courtney.
All right, will do.
Yeah, you absolutely have to do that.
So yeah, now I'm getting back into settling into my apartment. And then I'm dog sitting again this weekend, but not for as long.
Aren't you happy to be home?
Yeah, it's felt overwhelming because I had stuff everywhere. And the more things I have on my to-do list, the more my brain goes, you need to take a nap. You need to not think about all of this. And then things pile up and pile up. So I'm trying to check things off the to-do list. But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but sometimes I just can't do what I need to.
You know what? There's a lack of sunshine around, so I get that. I get that fully.
Yeah.
Anyways, are we ready to move into our topic of the week?
Let's do it.
Okay, the topic of the week this week is lessons learned. And I am so happy to talk about this. Lessons learned, and would you do it again?
Okay.
So, do you want to start us off, or should I start us off?
You can start us off.
Okay. One time I slept with a manager and a friend, and when I worked in retail, and I learned not to do that. Okay, here's the thing. Like, he was really cute, and like that was like, he was like totally my type at the time. Just like some skinny white gay guy, which like, ugh, so gross. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that.
You just described your boyfriend.
Shh. He's different. He's better. But he was just like a stereotype. Like, he was literally a walking stereotype, which like there's nothing wrong with that in itself. But he was just like one of those people who was just like generally terrible. Like, he would blow me off to like go hang out with a different guy, or he would like invite me over when no one else wanted to hang out with him. And it's like, our friendship was literally based on the fact that we both liked to go out and party, and we both did cocaine, and we both lived in like the same like area of Tacoma. So we would drive up to Seattle together to go party. And like, we accidentally started sleeping together because we were originally going to have a 3-way with a guy who like didn't show up. And we were like, okay, well, I guess like we should just have sex since we were already planning to, I guess. So the two of us ended up having sex. And
so
like,
neither of you wanted to sleep with each other. You both just wanted to sleep with this third person. And they were like, never mind. And you're like, well, okay.
I mean, basically, yes. So like, that's how it started. And like, we slept with each other a few more times after that. And like, it never should have happened. Like, it never should have happened. He, like, when we slept together, he wasn't my boss yet, but like,
I forgot that part.
Or he wasn't my boss anymore. Sorry, he wasn't my boss anymore. Like, but like, just like never be friends with your boss, and like never sleep with someone who used to be your boss, because they will turn out to be a terrible fucking person. And then when I was like trying to get my life together and like stop partying so much, he was like, you know what? You're just like a really shitty friend, and I just like don't really want to hang out with you anymore. And I was like, I literally am just trying not to fucking party as much, and like that's all we do together. I'm sorry that you feel this way, you crazy person. And you know what the worst part is he's getting married now. I just looked at his Instagram. I like blocked him a long time ago, and I like was going through my block list, and I was like, someone picked you? Like, that's so fucking foul to me that like someone chose you. I guess like that person doesn't love himself either. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I would not do it again. I would not do that again. Do not fucking do that. That is a horrible choice.
So what lesson did you learn?
I learned not to sleep with
your boss
and friends in general. Do not sleep with friends.
Okay, interesting. All right, okay. I guess something similar. I mean, dating coworkers, not always a great idea, but it is enticing because you're around them a lot, and you get to know them in like a kind of like a safe space.
It's so easy to accidentally date your coworkers. It's so easy. And you fantasize about them too when you're working together.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's fun to have a crush on a coworker because then it makes work exciting instead of just dragging your feet going to work. It's like, ooh, maybe my crush is going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a crush on couple dishwashers at Country Cousin when I worked
Oh my God. That is not the place to have crushes on people.
Listen, none of them panned out, okay? But it was just like, oh, hey.
Did you sleep
here's
with any
my
of them?
dirty dish. No.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's great. I'm really happy that didn't happen.
Yeah. I think the only quote unquote coworker I've hooked up with was Luke.
Okay. And that's like a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar. Like, I mean, we can talk about this later, but we have a friend who's going through a messy breakup in the comedy scene, and it's like dating coworkers can really blow up in your face.
I mean, like, honestly, I don't ever want to like fuck another comedian ever.
Right.
Like, if me and my boyfriend ever broke up, like, I would never be like, I'm gonna date a comic. Like, if it was to happen, I think like maybe I would let it happen, but like I don't think that's like an intentional path that I would go down.
Right. I was talking to Vanessa Dawn about it last night. Just about this whole situation with our friend. And she was like, yeah, I told him never fuck a comedian unless they're a headliner. I was like, all right,
that's
I like
actually
that.
Like
okay.
sage advice. That's great. That's good advice. Because headliners don't want their name painted in a bad light.
No, bye.
They'll stay quiet. Yeah, I don't want. Okay, well, we'll get to that one. What did you learn from your lesson about dating coworkers?
Be an adult. Be respectful of the relationship and the other person, because you still have to see them. You still have to work with them. So you can either blow up your life and the relationship and make things really messy for everyone around you, or be an adult and maintain a good relationship with them if you can.
Okay. One time I bought drugs last minute before a rave, and it turned out it was laced with meth. And it was like really fun. Like,
oh no,
it was so much fucking fun. And I just remember being like, because like we had invited our friend Jeannie, and we were like, Jeannie, like, your job is to get the drugs. I got the hotel. And she was like, got it. We get to the hotel, and I was like, hey babe, where's the drugs? And she was like, I didn't get them. And we're like, what the actual fuck? Like, you just had to get like 6 points of Molly. That's all you had to do. Just get the fucking Molly. And you didn't do it.
I would have no idea how to do that.
It's like not hard. So she calls a friend of a friend to come over to our hotel and get us Molly. And we were like, whatever, like, we'll just do this. But he like didn't put it in like a capsule like you're supposed to. So we were like, we have no idea how much Molly we're taking, because it's just like in a little Ziploc bag, and we're just like licking this Ziploc bag.
Oh, interesting.
And that night was so much fucking fun.
How'd you know there was meth in it?
We'll get to that.
Ooh.
And we started doing all this like Molly, and we were like dancing around, and we were like, I remember being like, oh my God, I'm a god. Like, I'm a god of dance. Like, I was made for this life. Like, I vividly remember thinking like I could get hit by a bus right now and nothing bad would happen to me. Like,
the
I
bus
feel
would disintegrate.
so good. And like I literally was, and I was like dressed like a superhero too. So I was like, I feel like I can fly.
Oh no,
and
I'm glad you didn't try.
I was so dumb. And then like after the rave, like I used to do so much Molly. I was so stupid. But like you would get like depressed, but I was like extra fucking depressed. Like I just felt like there was nothing left in me. And then like a month later, Jeannie comes back to us, and she's like, hey, I found out that that Molly was cut with meth. And we were like, how did you find that out? She was like, the dealer told me. And I was like, oh, cool. That's like really good information to have a month after we've ingested this drug, and it's like forever fucked with our system.
He's like, hey, Jeannie, I'm surprised to see you. I didn't expect that. Oh, well, I should probably tell you.
Yeah. And like basically the lesson I learned there was never buy drugs last minute. Always get them tested. And would I do it again? Absolutely. I would fucking do it again in a heartbeat. That would be like, if I could go back in time and be like, hey, do this or don't do this, I'd be like, you should do this, but just so you know, like, this is what's gonna happen. I probably would have just done less.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess staying on the drug topic, I kind of wish that I had like experimented at least with weed sooner than I did. Like, I waited until my 30s, and it's been fine. Like, I have fun, but I was so like straight edge growing up, like not because of my parents. They didn't care if I drank or not, but I was like, I have to wait till my 21st birthday. Like, I waited until midnight on my 21st birthday, and like my friend had a party for me, so my parents were there, like my friends were there, and everyone was just waiting for me to drink at midnight. So my parents were there until after midnight, like, can you just fucking do it, we want to go to bed.
Oh my god.
I was like, God's gonna shun me.
Look at you, you're not even religious anymore.
No. So yeah, I wish I would have just not like gone crazy. Like, I'm happy with the choices I've made overall, but I do wish that I just like had a little more fun, cut myself a little more slack.
If you could go back in time and tell little Courtney what would you say?
Honestly, I'd probably say like go easy on drinking in your 20s, because I do feel like I made poor decisions because of alcohol. But yeah, just try pot more. Yeah, I think experiment a little more.
I definitely think like drinking in high school made me like way more prepared for like drinking as an adult a little bit. I mean, like I still got in trouble with the law, but like, I mean, whatever. Who hasn't? Who listening to this doesn't have a DUI? Like, if you don't, like, fucking grow up. Anyways, this one time, many times, I snooped on a guy's phone and found out he was talking to other hoes, and I learned that if you fuck around, you'll find out. So,
I mean, but would you rather know or not know?
I'm glad that I know, but it's like how I found out, like, it's like never led to like good things. Like, when has snooping ever led to anything good? Oh
my God.
Like, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I don't know. One time I was like going through this guy's phone because I had a crush on him, and I thought that like he was into me, and then like it turns out he was not at all. And he was like talking to all these other bitches on like Instagram and Tinder, and I like this whole time was like, oh my God, I think he thinks we're friends who like kiss each other. Does suck.
I mean, I did that when me and Luke were first like talking but hadn't started dating. Back when you could see what other people liked on Instagram, I would go see what he liked, and it would be all these like dark haired, like tattooed women, and it just made me feel bad about myself. Like, that is not me. He probably doesn't even like me, or I just read way too much into things, and then Instagram changed, and I was like, thank you.
I think also like snooping creates a lot of assumptions because you don't get the full story. Yeah. And like, then also when you're asking them the full story, you're like, no, I already built a story in my fucking head.
You already have an end to that.
Yeah. Like, so I don't believe whatever it is that you're saying, even if they're telling the truth. I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. Your Instagram, your DMs, all of your text messages, they all say a different fucking story. And, anyways, like the lesson I learned there was don't fucking snoop around because like you will not like what you see.
I have a snooping story too. I think it was when I was in middle school and my brother was in high school. Some kid who was like, my brother's 3 years older than me, so some kid was like between our ages was like, hey, you know your brother's a stoner, right? And I was like, no, he's not. My brother would never do drugs. And so I went home and I like searched his drawers and I found a bag of weed, but I convinced myself that it wasn't weed. Like, I found exactly what I was looking for, but I was like, no, that's not it. And I just put it back. And then I found out later he had stolen that weed from our dad.
Oh.
So, yep, that's what you get when you go snooping.
Sometimes, like, the lies that we tell ourselves are shattered and we have to repair them.
I'm like, wait a minute, everyone is smoking weed in this house but me? No one even asked if I wanted to. Okay. That's fine.
Would you do it again? Because I feel like now I've grown. I'm a bigger adult than I was before, and I don't say. I don't think I would do it again. Like, I don't think I would ever snoop again. Like, I would much rather let the cards fall on the table, and I am going to just trust my gut from now on instead of going through someone's phone or shit.
Yeah. Like, if you have the urge to look through someone's stuff, then evaluate what makes you feel like you need to do that and address whatever is making you feel insecure.
Yeah, I'm going to just come in crazy and just be like, are you talking to other bitches?
I don't think that's crazy. I think that's direct.
Okay, yeah.
Crazy would be give me your fucking phone.
Yeah, and I'll have a knife. It'll be so much healthier than what I was doing before. That's growth.
I love it. I love it. No more snooping, even though you love Snoopy.
I do.
It's the only Snoopy allowed anymore.
That's it. Yeah. I'm not snooping through anyone's shit anymore. Also, like, if you're someone listening to this and you feel like you need to snoop through your partner's phone or anyone's anything, it's like, it's not worth it. Like, I promise you, babe, it's not fucking worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next thing. This one hurts.
Ooh.
I learned that if you meet a hot guy at a rave and you take drugs from him, a month later he will ghost you. That's just facts. That's just how that fucking works. If you meet a hot guy at a rave and you're having a good time and you're like, oh my God, like we're totally in love, and you like convince yourself that everything happens for a fucking reason and that like there's all these signs as to why you guys should be together, I promise you, he will ghost your ass in a month. Like,
kind of sounds like the first story, and maybe you and rave drugs just need to relax.
No, this was a really good experience. Like I was like at the Gorge in Washington. I was camping there for like a 3-day festival, and I was like, oh, let's just do acid. We're just going to do acid, which is like historically, traditionally been my favorite drug. I love it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of acid. And then I was like, I think I was at like Zed's Dead or something. And I was dancing in the pit with my fucking rainbow flag because it was also Pride weekend, and I had my rainbow flag, and this guy and I kept looking at each other, and he was so fucking cute. He's so cute. I don't know where he is today, but like we kept looking at each other, and then he was like, we should dance together, or he didn't say some corny ass shit like that, but we started dancing together, and then we started like making out, and he was like, do you want Molly? And I was like, yes. And so we did Molly together, and I was on acid, and like it just like it felt magical. Like it felt like so fucking enchanting. Like it was like, oh my God, like this is the life that I have been waiting for. This is the dream. Like this is how you're supposed to meet your soulmate. And like I like fully fell in love with him that weekend. I was like, we are in love. There's nothing.
Your brain's like, here's all this serotonin.
Essentially, yes. And like looking back now, like obviously I was just like young and stupid. Like, and I remember being like 25, and I was like, this is so amazing. And he was like 22, I think, 23. And his friends were like, you're 25, you're so old. And I was like, I am on acid right now, and that makes me want to kill myself. But anyways, we like spent the entire weekend together. We dated for like a month, and then one day it was just like radio silence. I was like hanging out with my friends, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. He's not like texting me and like blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. And then silence. And then fast forward 2 years later, we connected again on like Instagram or something. And he was like, we should hang out. And I was like, we should hang out. And like,
did you ghost him back?
No, he fucking ghosted me again. No! He ghosted me again. He's a piece of shit. So I learned 2 lessons here. Don't meet a guy at a rave and take his drugs and expect him to fall in love with you, because he will ghost you. And then also, don't meet up with some dude that you dated for a month
who ghosted you,
because he will fucking do it again just to see if your ass is still stupid.
Ghost me once, that's on you. Ghost me twice, you're gonna die for reals.
Yeah, so if I ever see him, it's on fucking sight. Like, I will box his ass out.
Seriously, I got ghosted by a dude, and I still imagine just how it would go down if I ran into him. Like, oh, you are alive? Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, and he had the audacity to be like, I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it tonight. Like, things got kind of crazy. And this was like literally an hour after we were supposed to meet up. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not even going to respond to this. I'm not even going to respond to this.
How'd you get this number?
And I blocked him on everything.
Hell yeah.
Dumbass.
You win.
Men are stupid.
You win.
So would I do that again? No, I definitely would not do that again. I would have taken his drugs for sure. I definitely.
And then quickly leave.
And then, I would have left. I would have been like, okay, this was a fun weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye
Never
forever.
saw him again. I would have hung out with him all weekend because that was like super fun. Like we had a really good time, but I don't think I would have ever followed up with him and tried to kick it again.
Yeah, maybe don't fall in love while on drugs.
That too. Yeah, that.
I don't know if you can help it, but you can try.
I'll try. Do you have another lesson? Do you want me to go again?
Sure.
Okay. Another lesson. If you sleep with someone your friends tell you not to, it'll probably end badly. So here's what I have found out.
Listen to your friends.
Here's what I have found out. Some of your friends are absolute fucking haters for sure. Absolutely. If you tell your friends that there is this new person in your life and you're sleeping with them.
Like, say, a married boyfriend.
Okay. Stop. Some of your friends will be absolutely haters, like to their core, and they'll just be like, no, that guy's not good. And they'll find any reason to say that guy's not good. That has more to do with them. I guarantee to you that has more to do with them. But if all of your friends are like, this is bad, you should not do this, you should listen to your fucking friends. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's just one or two friends, like, fuck those friends. But if it's like your entire friend group, do not fucking sleep with that dude, because I found out that dude is a piece of shit. Like,
there's a reason everyone hates him.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just blinded by the fucking dick. Sometimes you're just like happy that someone is giving you attention. But I promise you, there is an expiration date on that attention, and that dick has been everywhere. So do not fucking sleep with your friends. I did this a couple of times. There's been dudes that I have met that I'm like, oh, this guy seems hella cool and like super easy. And then like I'll tell my friends like what we did and like how we hung out and stuff. And then they'll be like, you should not sleep with this guy anymore. Like, you should not see him anymore. And I'm just like, oh no, like, I'm the chill guy. I'm chill. Like, I was not chill. Like, it was not chill. I fully was catching feelings for a piece of shit who did not want to catch feelings for me. And so I learned my lesson. So I would not do that again. I fully would not sleep with a guy all of my friends told me to sleep with.
Believe your friends. They want your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the same exact scenario, and the lesson I learned is that you shouldn't let a guy with a herpes outbreak on his mouth go down on you, because it transfers. So I ended that piece of shit relationship with something that'll never leave me. Aww.
You have a souvenir. Yeah.
To always remind me of that fucking asshole.
Well, I'm glad that you have like a lesson that you can carry around. So that's good.
Yep. Always learning lessons.
Lessons never end. I feel like we're constantly evolving and growing and learning. And yeah.
Well, speaking of, have you learned anything this week?
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked. My fun fact of the week came from San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally speaking, when that bridge was being built, it was not uncommon for people to die while they're making those bridges. Yeah. So I found out that thankfully only 11 people died making the Golden Gate Bridge.
Jeez. Do you know how many have died since it was?
No, I did not want to look any further into that. That made me kind of sad, because they were expecting there to be 35 deaths, but there was only 11.
We did it. Yeah. Sorry. 14 of you guys gotta go.
Yeah. So that was like really sad to find out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's good? Question mark.
Okay. All right.
What'd you learn this week?
I learned that Trader Joe's has Monstera plants for $12.99.
I have been looking at it. Yeah. That's a lesson that I learned a couple of years ago. Yeah. It's my Monstera is from Trader Joe's, and I've propagated it already.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's okay. Where are you going to be this week?
I'm going to be at Nate Jackson's on Thursday for a veteran show. I am not a veteran, but my brother is, so suck it. And then I'm doing an old dude show. It's called Motormouth Comedy Power Hour in Seattle.
Tight.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then, I don't know, check our link tree for all of our deets.
Mm-hmm. I need to update my link tree so bad.
Yeah.
I need to update it so fucking bad.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at Club Comedy from Thursday to Sunday night.
Nice.
Hosting some of the shows, and then I'm featuring on Sunday night.
Fun.
And then I might be in Spokane. I need to talk to the booker about that. Like, I need to I just need an agent. Like, I need an agent who will get me gigs.
A manager or something. Who wants to help Ricci out?
I am just so desperate. I can't pay you, but like, I'm so desperate.
He'll give you a t-shirt.
Yeah. It'll be great. It's fair trade. So anyways, that's what I need to do, or that's where I'm going to be. But
awesome.
Yeah. I hope you guys take some of the lessons that we've learned here and apply them to your life today.
Yeah. And share your lessons with us or your friends or whoever you want.
Anyone.
And everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for listening.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.